Shalom. Call halal Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Wadash, double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us his truth. And shalom and salutations to all the brothers that push in the word of truth and in sincerity, the hopeful tabernacle of David, to the Aquath that are listening and learning, being a pillar of rest, 144,000, one third, the hopeful elect of Israel. The small hats are crumbling, they're splintering, okay? Which is the beginning, they're unraveling, okay? Because you can't have inner turmoil, especially while you're at war. You got one side of the population thinks that you should be doing the opposite, conducting the genocide. And the other one's like, hey, you can't conduct the genocide. So everybody has to be at one, right? You have to all be on board with the genocide, right? So anyway, kind of like when the slaves were trying to escape, and then one nigga who lived inside was like this, hey, they finna try to escape because he had it good. So anyway, Matthew 12 and 25. Let me see. We're going to read this in the NLT. Yahushua knew their thoughts and replied, any kingdom, including the kingdom of the so-called Israelis, right? Any kingdom divided by civil war is doomed. A town or family splintered by feuding will fall apart. And that plain, this is completely plain, okay? Any kingdom divided by civil war is doomed. A town or family of Amalekites, splintered by feuding, will fall apart. It says, every city or house having been divided against itself will not stand. So let's take a look at that. Okay? This is 3 days ago, the Times of India. See, according to the people in Israel, right? The Israelis, everything's fine, right? Or the news that you hear coming out of Israel is, oh, everything's fine. But this is the Times of India. See? So you're going to get a different, you're going to get some actual truth, right? So let's take a look. 3 days ago, Times of India, anti-Netanyahu fire spreads in Israel amid Hezbollah's rocket barrage. So some of the people in northern Israel, right under Lebanon, are getting hit with Hezbollah's rockets, and the people are mad that Netanyahu isn't immediately coming to the rescue. So let's take a look. It says anti-Netanyahu fire spreads. Anti-Netanyahu fire spreads in Israel amid Hezbollah's rocket barrage. Raging Gaza war. Okay. So let's take a look.
נתניהו עמד שם עם חיוך ענק, מרוצה, מתנשא,
Might have to read.
זחוח.
I might have to read some of this. But as you can see, they're at war with each other. It says massive protest rocks Israelis Tel Aviv. Turn this down. Tents set on fire to highlight government's inaction in the face of Hezbollah attacks. See, so they're mad. You ain't doing nothing? Opposition leader Lapid accuses Bibi of trying to distance himself from October 7th. Netanyahu stalling so people forget he's guilty and responsible. That's what his opposition leader is saying. Israeli prime minister faces heat over near daily Hezbollah attacks in action to free hostages. So they're saying you ain't doing your job. Thousands of Israelis joined weekly protests in Tel Aviv, block southern road. See, so they're in there. We finna, what do you call it? Civil disobedience. right? Really, it's a civil war. They're divided against each other. That's what we're looking at, right? This is the unraveling. You can't have one side of your population that's waving a Palestinian flag and saying what my government is doing is wrong. You got to go grab those people up and detain them and put them away, put them in a concentration camp, right? I get in trouble for saying that, but that you think they're not doing that? They're grabbing up Israelis that are pro-Palestine and putting them where? Re-education? You want to call it that? All right. That's what's going on. They're unraveling. Meanwhile, protesters at Israel's Kaplan Street set tents on fire. This is a bid to show Hezbollah attacks that have caused fires across northern Israel. So Hezbollah is, in the last few days, been turning up the heat and making them come out, right? They assess the situation. They're like, we don't really want to do this while we're conducting a genocide down in Rafah, right? But these motherfuckers are they're forcing our hand, right? That's what's going on. Wow. Got it. So, yeah, it's falling apart. Opposition leader Yair Lapid also joined anti-government protests in Tel Aviv. Now, your boy Benny Gantz is going to be there too, and he just resigned. Well, I believe they're going to say it, Salaki. Let's see. He accuses the Israeli prime minister of passing discriminatory laws and stalling. So they're divided against each other. Israeli opposition accuses Bibi of stalling. When 4 Givati soldiers were killed last Monday, the Knesset was preparing to vote on renewing the legislative process for a controversial bill. Netanyahu was standing there with a huge smile, pleased, condescending, blasé. We already knew that Tel Etan, Among, and Yair were killed in Rafah, and he smiled. 5 more were seriously injured, and he was smiling. So they are at each other's throat. What was he smiling about? That as the soldiers were being killed, he passed a law discriminating between the blood of some and of others. A law that tears the country apart even more. Okay, let's read that again. Israeli opposition accuses Bibi of stalling. It says, what was he smiling about? That as soldiers were being killed, he passed a law discriminating between the blood of some and of others. That's a division. Okay? They're unraveling. A law that tears the country apart even more. So that is an admission of unraveling. Okay? Netanyahu wants to stall, put some more distance between him and October 7th, so someone will forget that he's guilty and responsible for the worst day in the history of Israel. Strong statements there. And that's pretty much what he is doing. Apart from Yair Lapid, National Unity Chair Benny Gantz, right, also attended a protest. Now watch the next line. Gantz joined the protest in southern Israel after resigning from the government less than a week ago. So that tells you this dude was on the Israeli, he was in the inner circle, okay, and has been for years. But he resigned, okay, because that shit, whatever they're doing, some people agree with the genocide, some people don't, right? Now they're distancing themselves from it. They're coming apart. All right? He resigned from the government. Now he's on the other side. Now he's with the protesters. He left the inner circle. Now he knows what's going on in that room. Now he's on the other side. All right? Protesters blocked traffic at several places, including Kaplan Street in Tel Aviv. So this is them fighting against themselves. This is Egyptian against Egyptian. Okay? Or Amalekite against Amalekite. Moira Avenue in Haifa, Amide Junction in Israel's north, and Route 4. Several people were detained, including Haaretz photographer Itay Ron. A viral clip shows undercover cops grab Itay Ron before detaining him. So they don't want that truth coming out. All right, so as you can see, let's go back to where were we? Matthew. Yahushua knew their thoughts and said to them, every kingdom divided against itself will be ruined. Salakia, let me read the NLT. Yahushua knew their thoughts and replied, any kingdom divided by civil war is doomed. A town or family, a family of Amalekites, splintered by feuding, will fall apart. Okay, let's get the good news. Yahushua knew what they were thinking. And so he said to them, any country that divides itself into groups which fight each other will not last very long. And any town or family that divides itself into groups which fight each other will fall apart. And that's what we're watching. That's what this is. Look at that. There it is. Okay. So these people claiming to be Yahweh Bashim Yahushai's chosen, right? That shit's going to unravel because it's not true. You understand? The Most High said, Ephraim shall not vex Judah and Judah, Ephraim shall not envy Judah and Judah shall not vex Ephraim, if I'm not mistaken. That's what's coming in the kingdom. And they're claiming to, have been taken home, right? Meaning that that they're in the kingdom and they're not. It's pretty easy. So let's get one more and we'll go ahead and close. Just a quick, heads up that this thing ain't gonna last long, right? They're falling apart from inside. It's Isaiah 19. And we're going to replace Egyptians with Amalekites. Okay? Incite. Fight against. Let's go right here. NLT. I will make Amalekite, or Israel, let's say Israeli. I will make Israeli fight against Israeli. There it is. See? This is where it is. I will make Israeli fight against Israeli. Where do we go? Right here. Brother against brother, neighbor against neighbor, city against city, and province against province. We're watching that. Okay? They want Netanyahu's blood. Oh, he's smiling. He's smiling because the homies got killed, right? That's what was being said. What was he smiling about? That his soldiers were being killed. He passed a law discriminating between the blood of some and the see, because Bibi is what? He's Polish. You got this is a German Jew. This is a whatever. What do they call them? This is a Ukrainian Jew. This is so they're all Edomites, but they're they're different dukes. And they got their dukes up. They're fighting against each other right my, and see, here's what Amalek is doing. He's trying to separate himself from Edom by calling himself us, right? And the rest of the Edomites are like, nigga, what are you doing, right? They're doing that within Israel because you got a bunch of different dukes there, all claiming, right, to be some sort of Jew, right? And now the thing is falling apart. If it be not, right? Let's see. It will, let's see, of, it's a lot, of God, it cannot. It what? Cannot stand. I don't know. Looking for it. Bear with me. It will come to naught, Salakia. It will come to what? To naught. Acts 5 and 38. We'll close on this. Now I say to you, now I say to you, keep away from those men and let them alone. Salakia, King James. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught. Okay? And what's after that? But, right? But if it be of the Most High, ye cannot overthrow it, lest ye haply be found to even fight against the Most High. So if this is, right? If this state of Israel, or whatever you want to call it, right? If this kingdom is of the Most High, right? You can't overthrow it, but they're overthrowing themselves. Okay? They're overthrowing themselves.
Good morning. We're gonna have water out Friday, 9 to 12.
Okay, thank you. You go lay down. Salakia. City is at the door about to shut the water off. They're doing maintenance and stuff. So Salakia about that. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and close it because it's pretty clear to see that it's pretty much the beginning of the end because you can't stand. Where were we? Yeah. Okay. This is not of the Most High, right? Because you wouldn't be able to overthrow it. They're overthrowing themselves. Go back one. Let me get in there. What is this? 39. Bear with me. 39. Right here. Again, 38. This is what 38? Acts 5 and 38. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught. But if it be of the Most High, ye cannot overthrow it. Lest happily ye be found even to fight against the Most High. So it's pretty clear to see Israeli against Israeli is going to destroy this abomination that is not of the Most High. So with that, we hope that the elect were edified. Hang in there. This thing is, coming to naught. It's all going to speed up. So strap your boots on and let's move forward. With that, we hope the elect were edified. You brothers and sisters. Shalom.